and welcome to Level Up CX Live, where we discuss the biggest trends and opportunities facing the customer experience. I'm Greg Thomas from Genesys, and today we're joined by Matt Freeman, Business Applications Lead at AWS, and Kyle Kuntz, Vice President, Global Technology Partnerships here at Genesys. And we're going to be discussing the partnership between Genesys and AWS, the benefits it brings to our customers, and how it helps them modernize their customer experience and incorporate AI-powered capabilities. Matt, Kyle, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us, Greg.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for being here, Matt.
All right, so Kyle, let's start with you. Let's just ground this for our audience. Why is it so important to get into the cloud and modernize the customer experience infrastructure?
Yeah, I think a couple of years ago, we would have had a question about, is a customer ready? When is that time going to be? And we're still asking those questions, but I think it's much more, for the vast majority of customers, kind of an inevitability. The main reason for that, I think, is just the pace of innovation. The pace at which companies like Genesys working with AWS can roll out innovation, the ability to adopt that is what is really critical for most of our customers to really excel and meet the needs of their customers. So we're not having questions any longer about, is the cloud going to be right? A lot of those questions are more about timing and how are we going to make that transition. There's a lot of other benefits that I think are really important that we don't talk about as much. One of those is sustainability. We partner really, really closely with AWS to talk about and to drive and to do better in sustainability. So I think for a lot of customers, that's really important, and it's important for me, and it's important for AWS as well. So there's countless reasons. I think in reality, though, we just kind of, that snowball of adoption of cloud and innovation happening in the cloud is so large now that it's kind of the standard in the industry. So while there are some reasons why customers might be slow to adopt the cloud, eventually they're going to need to do so.
It's inevitable, right? It's where business is happening these days. So Matt, let's talk about how AWS and Genesys work together on AI specifically, because that, of course, is one of the main reasons that folks have got to get into the cloud. You can't adopt AI without being there. So talk about that, and then maybe a little bit about the benefits that we see from leveraging Amazon Bedrock.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at the work that we've done with Genesys, I think we focus across three key areas. So flexibility, value, and trust. So you mentioned Amazon Bedrock. That's our service that allows customers to build AI applications and agents and access foundation models. So Amazon Bedrock has over 100 foundation models from leading AI companies. And this really allows customers a lot of flexibility in terms of using the right model for the use case. So for example, at Genesys, they might have a high volume, low latency use case, and a certain set of models is going to be the best for that. You might have another use case where it's a very complex and the processing time is longer. So a different set of models might be best for that. We also say AWS is investing across the entire AI stack. So foundation models, AI assistants, as well as chips. And so customers have a lot of flexibility, not just with foundation models, but other parts of the stack to pick the best services for them. Additionally, cost is a big factor when it comes to AI projects and ROI. So AWS has scalable infrastructure with 30 to 40% price performance against comparable GPUs. We also have services like Amazon SageMaker that helps reduce model training by up to 40%. So customers can really take advantage of cost savings and making sure their AI projects have a high ROI. And then lastly, just in terms of security and having AI that you can trust, AWS was architected to be the most secure cloud infrastructure. We have a lot of governance and encryption and security controls, and that's still in place with AI. So customers' data remains their data. It's their biggest competitive advantage, and AWS is there to ensure that.
That's fantastic. Kyle, would you add anything to that? I mean, you talk with our customers, you talk with our partners. What do you see that, or you might add about the benefits?
Yeah, I mean, I go back a little bit to what I talked about earlier, and that's the pace of adoption. We all know, everybody here knows how fast AI really showed up and became the new norm in our space and in the world at large. Our partnership with AWS allowed us to quickly adopt Bedrock, to leverage Bedrock. That's not true just of AI, but especially for AI, right? So that speed to be able to deliver, because we're so tightly aligned from a product perspective, makes this partnership very, very powerful for us.
Cool. So let's close with that notion of partnership. So we'll start with you, Matt. Like when you think about how our organizations partner together and the benefits they provide, where does it go from here? Like, how do you see this partnership sort of growing and the benefits to customers growing?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think it's pretty exciting to have the leading contact center, leading cloud infrastructure partnering together to innovate on behalf of customers. I think we've seen Genesys as a completely API-driven platform, and that's achieved through using AWS services. So they're able to build and scale for customers really quickly. So I think you'll continue to see a lot of innovation around AI, so conversational AI, personalization. I think as well as in geo expansion, so data sovereignty becomes really, really critical. And then of course you can tie that all together with AWS Marketplace, so customers can mutually go in and use their AWS account to purchase Genesys Cloud subscription, right there on the AWS Marketplace. So pretty exciting.
Kyle, what would you add?
I think customers expect for an ecosystem from their vendors to be well aligned. They don't want to have point discussions with different vendors. Genesys is built natively on AWS. So it's really, really important for our customers to understand that our product strategies are very well aligned. And again, I've talked about it a couple of times, but being able to quickly deploy the latest and greatest from AWS and vice versa is really, really important for our customers. They expect a same message, they expect seamless transaction, and they expect partners that know how to work together and are going to join each other in the market. So I think just the evolving dynamic of the market and the expectation of our customers is what helps make AWS our largest partner at Genesys.
Awesome. Well, Matt and Kyle, thank you so much for joining us on Level Up CX Live. It's good to have you both here.
Thanks.
Thank you to the audience for joining as well. If you'd like to learn more, click in the links below for some related content, and make sure to join us on the next Level Up CX Live. Until then, thanks for watching.
Thanks.